Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Karosh, joined always by my co-host, Daniel Vargas.
Blip.
And Dan Jang.
Blop.
If you're not familiar with what we do, we blip, we blop, we come to you each and every week to podcasting services of your choice. We sit around tables like this one. We talk about nerdy topics. Sometimes we're in frame, sometimes we're out of frame.
Bleep, bleep, blop.
Sometimes we sneak up on you like a Miyazaki game. And we talk about nerdy stuff. We hope you have fun with us. We have fun.
I don't have fun, but you
Okay,
guys.
well,
have fun.
we try to look like we have fun. Okay. This is God damn it. No. This is episode 154.
169.
Is it?
No.
What was there was like 69 times.
69 times.
No, we got 4 more episodes. 158.
Oh, the anniversary?
69. Yeah, episode 154. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoy. We hope you stick around. We hope you check all our 153 other episodes that we have out, and several interviews and whatnot. So yeah, this episode. Who's our sponsor today, guys? Warmth. Warmth is our sponsor. Unlike heat, which fucking shuts off, warmth stays with you.
Warm LC
Yeah, Warm LC
for the
is
discount
the
code,
discount
and
code.
to feel warmth.
Warm.
You've been doing this like a pro. Randomly, Jang will show up with his what's it
Snuggie.
Comfy?
called? With his comfy, and just like hug you.
Bleep.
And he'll blip and he'll blop you.
Blippity blop. A hip, a hop, a hippity hop.
You hip hop this week? How was your guys' week this week?
So I'd mentioned that I had got a game for discount. It was called Minute. No, I'm just kidding. What was it called again? Wow.
Have you ever had a game?
Man, that joke didn't go so well.
Wait, Switch game?
Yeah, the one
I remember.
I don't know, it was $1. I can't remember the name. I didn't want to get out of this window. But now I'm gonna have to get out of this window. It was called.
It was kind of
Give me one moment.
The sale
Mana
ended
Sparks.
today.
Mana Sparks. 99 cents.
Yeah,
Dude.
So it's a roguelike where you're like in a village, and then you have to go through a dungeon, and you're finding more villagers, and each villager like gives you upgrades and stuff like that you for gear that you keep or whatever.
So you've been playing that a lot?
I was playing it a lot, and then I was watching streamers at the same time play some small indie game called Escape from Tarkov, and I was like, it's cool game, whatever, I don't care about it. And then I picked it up, and then my life has completely changed.
Influencer.
So the way that I play, it doesn't happen to many
Can
games.
you briefly describe the game to those that have
It is
never heard of it?
a survival first-person shooter in a sense of like the matches last between 20 to 45 minutes. Like the max length is a 45-minute match, but like you have to be hydrated. You have to have liquid. You have to have energy by eating food, and then there's food like if you have crackers, it increases your energy, extremely decreases your hydration.
Oh,
because it just dries the shit out of your mouth.
So it's not just like a straightforth like, boom,
I can't just
boost
have
this.
crackers. Yeah,
It's like boost, but shit.
yeah, exactly. And then there's things that like boost both things up. And then like anything, like if you do a high jump, you could like shatter a leg, and you have broken bones, and you can no longer run. You can only like limp. You can splinter. You can use like a splint essentially to like splint your leg and then fix that issue. Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Okay.
And
So you've been
it's
playing
also
it?
like a looter essentially. It's a first-person looter as well.
PC only?
PC only for now. I don't know if they ever plan.
Is it's like a paid game, free to play?
Paid, yeah. It's a beta, and then if you buy the game, you get instant access to beta. They have like 4 different versions of the game. So they have the base model, and then each one you start with more gear and also a bigger storage unit for you to save all that gear when you like finish your raid and you win successfully. You get to keep the gear that you got through the
So
raid.
things can carry over between matches.
Things can, yeah.
How many players in a match?
So there is a certain amount of each map has a certain amount of NPCs in it automatically, and on top of that, each map ranges between 4 all the way to 12 players, depending on the map. So some have like 4 to 6. The hardest maps have like between 8 to 12 players inside of it. So those are active players while the NPCs at the same time.
And only one player survives?
No, multiplayers can survive. You can even kind of play together with other players. Like,
Can you queue up 8 to 12 people and be like, hey, we want to play a game? Do you know?
I think there isn't I've not seen the max queue, but I've seen like a total of 6 people queue up together. So and if a map is like it's 6 people max, then it's only those players, and all they have to worry about is the NPCs.
Okay.
But normally the players that go into a map are the ones who bring the better loot.
So you're going to go after them.
So you kind of want to go after them, but they're also harder to kill. They'll have like high end like body armor. They'll have full head cover gear, so it like completely stops headshots.
Damn.
So you have to like do damage to it, and it increases the durability, and then eventually like bullets will go through it. But that takes time, and so I don't have like fully auto weapons. They're all like single fire.
Okay.
So if I go up against those guys, they will outgun me because they just hold the clip down, and I'm getting riddled with holes. And I'm just like click, 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 single individual bullets that are just bouncing off of their heavy armor. But yeah, it's also like extreme luck. Like there's times where like there's like an opening between like the neck area, and if a bullet flies through there, you could literally get one-shotted with like the best gear you possibly have. It's insane. And then I get to take all that really cool gear if stuff like that happens. It's really like what I was gonna say before is with World of Warcraft, I would like think about it even while I'm at work. I would like try to think of like how to do a raid or how like the best path for me to level up if I'm like trying to level up. I would just like constantly be thinking about it. I'd like have streams on the side watching it. And this is StarCraft for me. I'm like trying to learn these maps because there's like so far they have 6 available maps that have like it looks like 10 to 12 maps probably that are eventually be open up to everyone. And some maps are extremely large, some are very small, and I'm doing kind of like a medium-sized map. And yeah, you have to know where the exit points are at, so that way when you get gear, you can escape. And so, but you don't like when you start a match, you don't know what's north, what's left, what's south.
I see.
You don't know. Where the exit points are at, you don't know anything. And so the more you play, you recognize these spots in the zone. Like, oh, I know I'm on the west end. I know I'm on the east end. Okay. And one thing that I noticed, at least with the map I'm learning customs. If I start on one side, I will always have the opposite side extraction point. There's like 2 main extraction points. You always have those, depending on what side you start in. So all I do is look. If I have Crossroads, I know I'm on the west end. Okay. If I have Admin's Gate, I know I'm on the east end. Okay. And then I can just kind of go from there, essentially.
Interesting.
Exciting stuff. Other than that, I haven't done anything else.
Cool. Jang, what about?
Slay the Spire, Ascension 5, Defect. Let's go. I like Defect a lot more.
You getting used to him?
Yeah. Like I said, Ascension mode sucks because there's only one way to play Ascension mode. I don't know about Ironclad, but at least for Silent and Defect, there's not many variations you can do, which kind of sucks.
In terms of deck building or just in terms of overall strategy?
Both.
Okay.
Chipping away. I was stuck on a boss. Took me 7 days. Ludwig the Cursed. I guess, we'll get more into it with my topic, but on the 7th day, I save scummed and killed him on that same day. Not even that day. It was like a 2-hour stream. Like I killed him.
That wasn't your first run? Because like the way the clip you took, it made me think like you just started streaming.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was probably like my 4th.
Okay.
And
That's still good.
And I even said like, I don't think we're going to beat this tonight. Let's just go.
I was like staged. Yeah. This is staged.
And it's been
poetry in motion.
Yeah. I understand the first phase of that fight, like the back of my hand, but the second phase is still kind of iffy because, dude, he has this bullshitty move where like he does this double swipe, but the first hit like stuns you, and you can't dodge.
But you're alive.
Yeah, it looks like you can dodge it. It just stuns you, and then it goes wow wow and just kills you. And I'm just like fuck, but
he's just buttering that toast. He's like. I
would do another blood level 4 run because of save scumming. Yeah, I would only do it if a lot of people were watching and they requested it, but the streams have been pretty lit. So my New Year's resolution was to do a strategy. The strategy is you play one game, kind of decent at it, just stream that one game, a game that's like very well favored, nostalgia, and yeah, I get 50 unique viewers every fucking night. I mean, they don't stay, but
Sure.
we're trying to convert.
Well, yeah, I've seen some of them being like, hey, night boss, and then they bounce. You got
Yeah.
regulars, you got like newbies.
Yeah, so I've been getting like 1 to 2 followers every night, which is previous streams were not doing that. 50 unique viewers, like that's
you get like 1 follower a month.
yeah, pretty much. So,
Ludwig, dude,
I mean,
giddy
just,
up.
I think it's like it reminds me of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. People want to watch the journey. They see this like grand journey that I'm taking, a blood level 4 run. And they want to be in that ride. And
Take him for a ride.
yeah, a lot of people did not watch me kill Ludwig. They're like,
What?
Because last night they're like, wait, did you kill Ludwig? He's like, yeah. It's like, let me show you the clip. All right.
Is there a way you can have Nightbot show clips? Because you could be like
Nightbot can-
you could be like
yeah.
exclamation point Ludwig and like watch the clip of
Yeah,
you.
I could do that.
I think that'd be good. That way people could be like, oh, did
Get
I miss
mods
this
to
fight?
do the work for you.
It's too late. It's too late now.
Really? I thought you saved the clip.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know, but I mean, like, people, I guess I get. I don't know. It's too much work.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
yeah.
mods.
Like how I watched the night you streamed. You're like, all right, we're gonna slap this video together.
Dude, I got viewers.
I know.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, no one's going to watch me edit a video. And I was like,
Everyone
I was
comes
like,
and
what the fuck? Nani? Like, double
I think that just chatting, dude. Like, there's a thing to it, dude.
But
Lot
like,
into it.
you kept like as it kept going, you're like, fuck it, we're not doing this. Like, it was like you were like, all right, no one do anything while I would do the voiceover. Bits were donated.
yeah, dude. That was annoying. I was like, wait, please don't
But-
host me. Don't raid
But
me.
this is the good thing. It's like the right kind of like engagement
Yeah.
that gets people enticed to do more. It's like you just beat Ludwig and then someone donated bits and then you just get rated. People are watching you try to take on these things. You like because they want to harass you. They're like following, subscribing. You got a new notification. My
Oh,
what was it again?
he's clapping my booty cheeks.
Is it your voice saying that?
It's he was like in the middle of a Ludwig fight, and then he like, got fucked up, and he just like let out a sigh. He's like, he's clapping my booty cheeks, and I was
That's
like,
what I
that's
do.
perfect clip.
Clip it.
And then said it,
Yeah.
and we were like, you got to use it. Like I think me and a couple other people in chat were like, you got to use this as like your notification.
That's the new notification for hosts and raids.
It's so funny. It caught me off guard when someone. I was like, wait.
Yeah, at first I was like, did I open the window somewhere? I was like, what the fuck just happened? Oh, I got raided. I totally forgot I changed it.
He's clapping my booty cheeks.
It reminds me of S-Fan, where he's like, S-Fan #1 paladin?
I know that thing, that notification trips me out because I'm like, wait, when did he say that? Like, what? It's such a like nice, clean cut, like
Yeah,
voiceover.
like some of those notifications, people get just right. Yours is one of them. So I'm like, oh, this is good.
It's crazy because like tomorrow's stream is. I said I was gonna do Death Stranding, but we're not doing Death Stranding. I want to do Bloodborne. I'm just in.
Ride the lightning.
What's funny because like I had no inclination of doing a Blood Level 4 run. I was watching a Blood Level 4 streamer and he was beating Abritus. So it was the other boss that I got stuck on and I stopped. I only tried 2 days and I was like, this is too hard. And I saw him beat. I was like, I could do this. I was like, I could fucking do this. And I did it. I did it on the next day. I was like, okay.
All right, Ludwig, let's go. 7 days
that
later.
confidence you had watching that streamer, it's the confidence I have watching you play every day, dude. But I, don't
Like, I
stream
can
that.
beat these games. You did with Uncharted.
Yeah.
You were like doing that run on the difficulty. You're like, I did it in 2 days or 1 day or 5 hours.
It
or
was
something.
6 hours.
6
I mean,
hours.
both
If you
both
do-
of them ended up being 6 hours.
If you do that shit without save scumming, damn, you're fucking good.
No, just even with just the encounter alone, I think is insane. Like regardless, but yeah.
Like every DLC boss is fucking hard. Like
and you have
Living
3
Fa-
more, right?
Yeah, I beat Living Failures,
Yeah.
and I didn't think I was gonna beat him that night. I was like, dude.
I didn't think you were gonna get to him. Given
Oh my god!
You
I
just-
can't. So there's 2 parts during the DLC run. You're so low health, you can't fucking progress. Like you have to climb. There's one.
The ladder, yeah, the ladder.
There's an NPC guarding a ladder. You cannot. It's hard to kill him. What I had to do,
They fucking are like badgers. They're like,
yeah. So there's these like a mob,
Yeah.
and I had to get to this ladder, and you're trying to climb the ladder, but then there's someone in the bit. Oh, hello. They're talking, and I can't press the fucking extra. Shut up! Shut up!
he is like one. He had climbed the ladder. They hit him once. He's like, "Let me climb," and it's like he flinched, and they take him out. He's like,
Yeah. There's 2 parts in the DLC. Since you're such a low level, you're gonna get fucked.
that one where it was just one of them, but he like was beating the shit out of you and chasing you.
It's
Miyazaki.
it's a different game.
I'll say,
Hey, you know what? It's not meant to be played that way.
It's not. It's not. Dude, even Miyazaki
He's
said
pissed.
Dude, Miyazaki said
pissed.
the DLC is hard. Like fully level character is hard, and
And he's
I can't
pissed that people
believe-
are playing it. He wants to make it even harder now, so people can't play it as Blood Bowl.
because of you.
but I'm enjoying the stream ride. It's been good.
It's fun to watch. Actually, it's gotten me. I've not been huge on From Software games. I've played a little bit of Sekiro. I played a little bit of Bloodborne. I bought Dark Souls Remastered for Switch. It was on sale, and I was like watching you stream. I was like, I want to play on the Switch.
On PC?
No, on Switch.
Oh.
I would like feel incentivized to play it on Switch. So I was like, I can play it on the go or like at the gym or something. So we'll try it. I haven't started yet.
It's extremely smooth on the PC.
Yeah?
Extremely smooth.
You've been playing the remastered one?
Yeah, I had it. I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious.
I think people just love to see me struggle. I mean,
Well,
which
it's
is a good-
the
it's
thing
funny,
is,
yeah.
you've made it entertaining because like when you get the shit beat out of you, you're like, or like I heard you tell that story about how you almost weren't born. Like I think 30 times.
Yeah,
Maybe?
dude. Yeah, yeah.
Just because it's new
there's a
viewers
little
every night.
Ludwig does it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a story where my dad almost got killed. I was like, oh, okay. I always, yeah.
Yeah, he tells the story.
I told it many
And
times.
then when you do win, it's like it's either hype or it's like moment of silence. Well, it's like
Or it's getting booties clapped.
booty.
there's always donations, dude. After I beat a boss, though. Hey, hey.
Just gotta keep beating bosses. Be the last boss. For me, yeah, I said we got Dark Souls Remastered, but I've been playing, just continuing that Destiny ride. Destiny 2, new game. Maybe you guys have heard of it.
Small indie developer.
I mean, they are indie.
And now.
The thing that's weird, Destiny community, like, it's like this cycle, and I'm like, we're riding this wave again, where everyone's salty, everyone's complaining about no new content, and then everyone's complaining about their store. Like right now, all like
I saw a comment where it's like over $800 to.
if you want to
be able
buy all the skins,
Yeah.
again, granted, these are skins.
Yeah. Doesn't benefit the gameplay in any way.
It doesn't give you any advantage, nothing. Those are the only things they're selling. And people are complaining about that. And I'm like, Fortnite does this. Like dances, skins, tats, whatever. Like if you were to buy everything that Fortnite offers, it would cost you a fortune too.
Yeah.
And like it's how they're making their living. I get though the gripe that a lot of these cool skins they used to be available outside, some of them at least used to be available outside of the paywall.
Yeah.
And now that they've been all put behind that paywall, everyone's like, I think it's a good problem to have versus like loot boxes and character,
Loot caves.
all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so I've been playing the PvP a lot because other aspects that I was trying to make progress on are glitched right now. Like I'm trying to finish out this Triumph, which requires me to collect everything, and the thing regarding the Gambit mode. It's not tracking any of my progress for one of the 3 requirements, and I've finished everything else. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till they fix it. So I've been playing PvP, and it's competitive. I'm getting pretty good, and it's like with people that everyone is solo, and no one's on mic, and like you start learning a cadence of like, okay, we should try to like if I respawn, and then they die, and then they respawn, I shouldn't just run off on my own. I've now started being like, okay, I'm going to wait till they respawn because they usually respawn close to you. And then you're back as a group. Because then you're just like drip feeding into their group and they're just like sitting there waiting to take you out. And I'm like, those little things make all the difference in some of those encounters.
Like Halo.
Yeah.
Competitive Halo.
And it's just, it's fun being able to like get that without like other people are getting that too. Like you see the other players wait for you, and you're like, okay, there's like this unspoken language people are just trying to understand. So yeah, I've been doing that. What else? Slay the Spire. I'm trying to unlock. Before I do like pick any one of them to like really learn. I'm trying to just unlock everything. So I just picked Ironclad, and I'm down to the last 1 or 2 unlocks. But I've had some good runs, and it's like, I mean, my success is the runs where I have the most relics. I don't think that's like I don't know if that's the strategy, but I started like picking like whenever I go to a question mark and it's like pick a relic but get a curse. I'm like, fuck it, get it, and I get them, and I'm like, these relics are like the best.
There's the one where it's like, you get it like a small chance to get a relic, or you get hurt, and you're like, go hurt, go hurt, go, and every time you do it, you get a bigger chance. But for some reason, it's like, what the fuck, dude? I'm about to die, and it's like finally you get a relic, you're like 2 health. I'm like, whatever.
The one annoying thing, and I need to make sure that I enabled it because I'm playing on an elliptical, so it's like this far away, and it's on my Switch screen, not docked. The text is small, so I'm like,
you need, right?
huh?
You know what you need, right? The bed thing.
100%, 100%. I need to get that actually. That's a good idea. The thing though, I went and then there was an option to enlarge text. I barely noticed the difference between that and whatever it was.
But there
before.
is though if you look really close.
It says it's enlarged, but I don't think it is. But when I'm playing with the Joy-Cons separate, like one in each hand, I find myself often accidentally pressing like end turn, and I fuck myself over so many times. I'm like, I had one more hit. Can you?
If you exit, you redo that fight
from the beginning.
So okay, so
200 IQ.
So there's this like the mini game where you pick the cards.
I haven't gotten to that.
Oh
so
my
you could
god!
Pick the cards. Remember which card where they're at. Save Scum. You get all the
cards. Oh my
cards.
god! Dude.
Get all the
fucking Yu-Gi-Oh over here.
Get all the cards.
Out of the cards.
But yeah, there's been a few runs where it's like, I could have. This is the furthest I've gotten.
And
I could have made it if I didn't fuck up that turn. Like I realized one of my relics was like, if you got rid of all the cards in your hand, you get an additional card. And I had like an abundance of energy. And I was just skipping turns because I got rid of all my cards and I just auto hit and turn, and then all of a sudden it shows the card up here and then discard. I'm like, fuck, I gotta stop doing that. Next turn that happens, I do it again. I'm like, god damn it.
One thing I hate about this game is when you save Scum. Let's say you fought a boss and you're gonna die, so you just exit, go into that game. It's not a true shuffle. So whatever cards you came out with, it'll be the same.
It's the exact same.
And that is what annoys me. Like I wish it would shuffle variety.
Well, the thing is, I think there is a point where, like, when you start the match, it's already like these are the first 4 cards you're gonna get no matter what. Okay. And so when you save Scum, it's already hit that point. Save point.
Even the second turn, it's all the same cards. It's always in the same order. You know, just like, it's not a true random.
Until you start doing the moves where it's like put back in deck or reorder things. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it's fun. It's a regular for me now.
Depending on the card, you should always pick up cards where it makes you draw more cards. So like, let's say like you do something and it says you can draw a card. It's good to like shuffle through your card as much as possible to get the cards that you need.
I think so. Sometimes it's been good for me. Other times it hasn't because my deck will have like too many non-attack cards as Ironclad, and I get really. There was a run. This is my best run, but what I'm talking about is I typically go for this card whenever I see it. It's 0 cost, and it's like if you have only attack cards, this is 0 cost and it does like 10 damage or something.
I know what you're talking about.
And like I would get a lot of them, but I have a bunch of these block cards or skill cards, and I'm like, this is not helping me drawing more cards when I want to use that.
That's another dangerous thing. Sometimes you'll get a gold card. It's not the best card to get, like for your deck.
Yeah. I'm like, no, this doesn't fit with what. So the best run I had was when I just kept getting things that increased my strength. So I had like 5 flex cards and some other cards, and I was using these. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, my one attack card is like 30 damage. I'm like, it was. And then it was another card where it's like, you do 10 damage for every strike card in your hand. And I'm just like, I'm damaging them. I'm like, hit me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Those are my favorite runs. But it's been fun. So I think those are the main things.
Yeah.
There was something else. Oh, I'm doing some like not cosplay, but
Out of the cards.
I'm hosting a
Themed.
Potter Triwizard Cup party for Katie's birthday, and part of it, we're both coordinating it, but part of it is like I'm gonna be the host so she can enjoy, and I'm like really getting into like I'm gonna dress up as X number of characters. So I've been getting costumes and like I'm having a field day with. So that's been fun, and it's kind of been like I kind of want to rewatch the Potter movies again, even though I just rewatched them.
So you're gonna wear some costumes at Comic-Con?
To WonderCon, maybe
I'm
Comic Con.
down. Sirius Black is back.
Voldemort and Sirius Black.
We back, boys.
Music video
Dude.
round 2. Snape and Sirius. Where's Snape and Sirius? Yeah, because you're worth it. All right, do you guys want to get into topics?
Yeah, we can start with mine, or I don't know if we already chose and I didn't pay attention.
I want to save yours for last because we're delaying your topic.
Fuck. Okay.
Little tease of topic. Sakurai. Today, this is
You mean Samurai?
Thursday. He revealed the final Smash character in Fighter Pack 1
Okay.
of the five characters they had.
Wait, this is the first pack, and there's 5 more packs of characters?
No. Well, I know they did a bonus character. One of them was the
Oh, the
piranha
flower?
plant.
Banana.
That wasn't.
Does that count?
No, it's 5, and then it's 5.
I put 6 on mine.
No. But the new DLC pack is 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I'm good.
because I put 6 as well. So the first DLC pack had 5 characters with a bonus one. So
Okay.
the 5 characters were Joker from Persona 5, Hero from Dragon Quest, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth from Fire Emblem 3. Or
And
Fire
then we
Emblem
had a
3
bonus,
Houses. And the bonus was at the
Piranha
beginning
Plant,
was the Piranha Plant,
Which
PD the Piranha.
I do this according to Sakurai.
To binary, yeah. So that's the full pack, and everyone was like, the subreddits are fucking raging. It's insane. It's hilarious because I don't care as much, but I know one person that loves Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It's literally the only game he's been playing since it came out.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've never been so happy. He's like, the only way to get me away from Fire Emblem 3 Houses is by putting it into Smash.
It's by putting in another game.
Yeah.
And they've done that.
Yeah.
My God, they've done it.
But I thought, so they also announced with that there's going to be a second pack of characters, and this will be 6 characters from 2020 to 2021. And I wanted to say that, I wanted to speculate about that, sort of like how we did with this pack, but now we kind of have like, okay, this is what we've seen revealed. What will that help steer, or will you guys be picking similar things that you picked first time? And I want to pick what you want and what you think.
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't know about things. Shit.
I said that.
They're all what I'll tell you
That's
what I
fine.
want, whatever you want. I want a solid snake in my game.
Yeah, so I want to, if you can come up with both, go for it. But I kind of wanted to be like, knowing this, what do you think will happen? Mine's
Okay.
sort of a mix, but I could start. So
Go
my
for it.
list.
Because I don't have a list.
So he's been going for characters that are like, and he said this is all already determined. He's already picked the 6 characters.
I
And-
assume. So I'm hoping that one. So most of the characters are or are now. No, not really, because Banjo isn't part of the Nintendo world. He's not. He doesn't have a game in Nintendo. Okay, never mind then. You continue what you were saying.
So
most
my
of the characters.
my,
determined.
my
Sorry.
Okay, so I've noticed some trends, and I feel like some things are like he's had a fandom for, or they're like established characters. And so I try to go around things that have been around or like were around in the past, and he's bringing back, because he's done that with like the Icarus kids, with some of these more obscure characters. So my first pick was Sora, Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
It's still relevant because they had the game last year.
Wait,
It's-
but him as a character hasn't been in Smash right before, right?
It has not.
Okay.
And I think that would
It
be.
was sculpted,
And the other thing I
sculpted.
want to point out is I tried with all my characters, because he mentioned it on the reveal of Byleth. He's like, if you've noticed, each of the characters we've added has not reused a lot of the same mechanics that have been in the game. There are familiar mechanics, but we've tried to introduce one or two new elements to them, to these characters that are new to the game as a whole, as a mechanics. And so that made me think, like, okay, will he have that mindset going forward? And, like, when I thought of each of these characters, I thought, okay, they might either have similar to one of these 5 characters that have already been released, or they'll have a new mechanic possibly incorporated. And I thought Sora could be a cool one because he could have assist characters, he could summon characters, sort of like assist trophies. He's got the Keyblades.
I'm gonna cool.
He's got Adam Sandler
Assist character.
and his Uncut Gems. So yeah, Sora was one of my picks.
Nice.
So that's your want and you think he's gonna pick?
Huh?
Okay, never mind.
Because you had 1 and 1. Pick one you want and one
I'll,
that you... Not following your own rule, bruh.
well, I said my list is kind of a mix.
Okay,
So
it's both. So it's a both.
follow my own rule, bruh.
Bruh.
Your turn, bruh.
All right, I'm gonna go off of yours because I had Sora somewhere in my
Cop.
make believe list that I don't have yet. I'll go with either he chooses someone within that world. So we got Riku, Sora, and then
He's gonna choose Cloud.
no. What's the other guy's name? There's 2 male protagonists and then there's the girl. The girl's Riku, right?
Sure. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I forgot what his name is, but there's the other kid with the silver hair.
Yeah.
And I would assume,
I don't know.
or what something that they can do is like they both play exactly the same, and it's just like skins,
different
like
skins. Because with the Byleth, it's guy and
or
girl.
Byleth.
But in addition to that, if you pick one of the other 3 skins, it's the 3 house teachers. But it's Byleth dressed
they
up
play
as
exactly the same
they're
way.
dressed up as the 3 characters.
So do we get what's that one chick, Heather,
No.
the
there's
one everyone wants?
There's a couple. Dorothea,
What's the other ones?
Edelgard,
And the last one?
Manuela.
Manuela.
No.
Bring Manuela.
He kept saying Manuela, and then you said someone else.
Dorothea.
Is that you're saying Dorothea? Because I'm hearing Gerthia.
Dorothea.
Okay, so Dorothea's the one then.
She's in the background, but sure.
It's good enough for me, I guess.
I think I would change your pick because you made me think of something else. To who's the guy you like? What's that game you like? Final Fantasy 10.
Okay, I'll add that. But
I'll have him. I think he.
So
Titus, the main character.
yeah.
damn it, I was gonna say it later. Anyways, I said I'll add that later.
Bruh.
Anyways, so I won't count that as my list because you already had Sora, so I'll add another one to it, and I already forgot because you guys were freaking.
Because it's Titus.
It wasn't him.
And his move will be that sports
Shoot,
game.
who was it gonna be?
What's that game called?
Blitzball.
Blitzball.
Sly Coop.
Sly Cooper?
Sly Cooper.
Wow, PlayStation.
And it's a nod, or no, not a nod. It's foretelling All Stars, PlayStation All Stars 2.
Bold.
Bold move, Cotton.
The bold
See how
and
that
brave.
plays.
Brave and the bold.
What's yours?
You know what mine is. I stuck to this gun.
He's a goddamn superhero.
Foo, what are you? I'm a goddamn superhero.
Is that a legit shirt?
No.
This is the
I know.
I realized.
Suda 51 call me.
See, sometimes we don't get all the sarcasm. yeah?
I'm sticking to my guns, man. I need to see the
Travis
power
touchdown.
to lightsaber in a Smash game.
Oh man, that actually hurt me.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the next wave.
I still think it's likely.
That's like my want, and I think he will be. I think he will.
Dude, with that like 3 image, I was like, for sure, it's done. Easy mode.
No, I thought it was Dante for sure. I was like,
I legit thought it was Dante. I was like, this is too easy. And he's like, I've kept this with such secrecy. Fire Emblem. Fuckers.
actually, no. Actually, damn, I was supposed to say a joke. The character that I want, a bar of soap. The Smash players don't shower.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
A bar of soap just on the arms.
I thought a joke one for you would have been the getting over it guy.
Oh,
That's a character, and the way
Benny?
you move
Does he
around.
have a name?
it's just-
Benny? I mean,
Isn't
that's
it
the, that's,
Foddy?
the,
and every time you play as him,
that's
the game,
That's the guy who made the game.
the stage should just be like, ah, yes, Ice-T once said.
No, it should be Ludwig.
When you lose, don't be afraid to sometimes just pause the game and take a step away from it.
So my next one could have worked with Byleth, has been requested by many, has been in, I think, Capcom game, Monster Hunter.
Ooh.
Dude, Eric's, dude, get with him. He's like...
No, there's a video someone made, I think he's been sharing, or he made, I don't know which it was, but it was like, Monster Hunter has similar mechanics where because Byleth, depending on certain directions and moves, uses different weapons, like an arrow, a spear, a sword, and then he's like,
you can equip those and change out your style in the game, right?
No, well, in the final Fire Emblem game,
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like certain smash attacks or whatever. So his initial pitch before this was
exactly like that.
Same that, but with Monster Hunter, where different weapons for different smash. I'm like, that's perfect.
Well, now he can't because he's already implemented, and he's got to always implement new
the
features.
thing I think he can implement are like imagine the hunting horn.
Oh.
It's like a charge thing where the more you play it, it randomly like will boost something, sort of like Shulk.
And Cloud
yeah.
has a limit breaker.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting. Where it's like hunting horn is always the way he buffs himself. And like, let's say he won't take flinch damage, or I don't know, or his shield won't break, like it won't shrink, so he can just like hold shield.
That's kind of OP.
You just grab.
OP.
I mean, a lot of these characters
Just
are OP. So, your
turn. Dang it, I wasn't thinking. I do want to pick a game that's within the like Nintendo world because I feel like that's the biggest chances it's got.
He's gone into the own Nintendo company.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to pick from.
I mean, so he's already done this as a skin, dude. But like,
that's part of my rationale with a lot of these too.
Yeah.
Because with the latest one, they showed an altar from Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
The Assassin's Creed outfit as a Mii fighter. They've done Gino as a Mii fighter. They've done Sans as a Mii fighter. Cuphead as a Mii fighter. So I'm like, they're getting a lot of things that have been on people's like wish lists through Mii fighters.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I hope like there's a surprise like and this is the one I want though. I want Sans as an official player character or like an actual character.
Its own character with an amiibo.
With an amiibo.
I feel like anyone who has an amiibo is a legit character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sans is one that I would both like. I think it'll happen. I think he'll do a surprise where it's like, you know, we've already teased this guy, and then like it starts out with the Mii Fighter version. All of a sudden, like he deals like he goes
the real thing,
and he like turns into like the real Sans. That'd be really
clever.
Cool. Yeah,
that'd be a clever way to do it.
When I want to.
Mine's the same universe, because I think Toby Fox and Nintendo have a very good relationship. So it's either going to be, I've never played Deltarune, so it could be the main character from Deltarune or the main character from Undertale is going to be in the next Smash. I don't know his name. He has a name, the main character from
kid?
Undertale.
He's just like a...
Wow.
Weird
So the main character from Undertale or Deltarune.
Okay.
You got one?
My next one.
On to the next one. On to the next one.
The other thing he's tended towards is paying homage to fighting games. Because as he said, Smash isn't really a fighting game. He said that on stream. I don't know if you guys saw. I was like, if Smash isn't a fighting game, Tetris isn't a fighting game.
I mean, you can argue it.
You can argue. Anyway, so he was like, he's done Terry Bogard. He's done Ryu, Ken.
He's going to do my...
We hope.
Wait, are you Street Fighter?
Because we're all naughty boys.
I'm going Tekken.
Oh.
I think that'd be an interesting one if they went Tekken. And I'm like, what character would they pick from Tekken? I've narrowed it down to two, one or the other. It's either Hayachi, because that's typically what they go for with a lot of these when they do crossovers with Tekken. And the other one that I'm hoping it'd be, and I think it would be cooler, is King. I think King would be cool.
Yeah. I agree.
King of Fighters, too. Let's go with another one here. I think I can't think of his name from The Messenger. I don't think he has a name, does he?
Oh, the ninja?
Yeah, the ninja from Messenger.
That'd be cool.
If anything, he could be a skin. He could be like a
Mii skin. I was thinking the skin would be the shopkeeper.
Oh. has the
hats?
freaking yeah. Oh my god.
And they could add a level.
Yeah.
And then when you go underwater, the music changes.
Hey, that's smart thinking, dude. 100 IQ.
Jay.
So I'm kind of cheated. I picked 2 characters. I went the indie route. The 2 knights. Shovel Knight could be one, or Hollow Knight. One of those. Shovel Knight or Hollow Knight. I would rather prefer Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight would be fucking cool. I think the abilities would be really cool.
Overpowered.
Well, no, I'm thinking like it could sort of be like the Splatoon character, because the Splatoon character can't do a lot of its abilities because of its charge, and Hollow Knight can't do a lot of its things without the charge.
Right. You have
So-
to build it up and
That could be an interesting. Shovel Knight, I think, could still work too. I think that'd be like, it'd be one of the goofier like characters. Yeah. All right, my next one, similar vein as my last one, fighting game. I went with Soul Calibur, and I thought of 3 characters they could pick from. That
Nightmare.
Nightmare's one of the 3.
Killick.
That's a good one, but that's not who I picked.
Cassandra.
No, I picked Nightmare, Cervantes,
Okay.
and Voldo. One of those 3, I think, would be an interesting character picked to add. But I definitely think Nightmare and Voldo have a higher chance because they're much more of a unique fighting style, and they could play with that for Smash. So
So my other one would be an RPG that Nintendo's done, and they're releasing a sequel to it. Kind of Brave, kind of Default.
Bravely Default.
one of the characters from it.
Yeah, so it's the style would be similar to the one that they just. I keep wanting to saying Blythe, but it's
Byleth.
Very similar to Byleth, where in the game when you put on a weapon, you change the character. So if you put on like gloves, you turn into a monk. If you put on like boxing gloves or whatever, the fist weapons. Or if you put on a sword, you change it to a sword fighter.
Why Default? Why not Octopath Traveler?
Because that.
Have it be the Octopath Traveler and it changes 8 characters. 8 skins, 8 characters.
I don't. Yeah, that's the concept on that one's better, but like the popularity of that game wasn't as big as like it's getting a sequel, bro. It's getting a sequel,
Sure.
And so with the announcement of a sequel, or with the release of the sequel, because they've already announced it. But with the release of the sequel, they could announce a new character.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be good timing.
Yeah.
Whatever that ends up being. Yeah. I think this year.
Yeah, and I mean they also have like you have a party, so you can also change between the people with weapons. But originally, like any player can have any weapon and change their class.
Interesting.
So yeah,
I think the only hurdle would be like
Monster Hunter.
they'd be translating it from like a sprite to a like fully 3-dimensional thing, and I can't remember the last time Sakurai's picked characters.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I guess Castlevania. Castlevania is probably the one that I think of. But yeah, he's done that. Okay.
You're like, and then everyone.
Still in the indie scene. Ori from Ori and the Blind Forest.
That'd be cool.
The likelihood of that is not gonna be that high, but I think what's gonna happen. I think Waluigi will be put into.
Really?
I think it would. I don't know why people. I don't think people would pick Waluigi, but I think it would please fans.
I think it's like a fan favorite. Like,
yeah.
There's a subgroup within the Smash community.
Okay, so wait. Before I go further, though, at the direct, did he do like a cool cinematic? Because like the banjo reveal.
Yeah, he did. There was.
Oh, okay.
So what it was have you played the beginning of Fire Emblem 3 Houses?
Yeah.
You know how like your character is in this dark area and there's a chair?
Yes.
Byleth goes up. There's the girl sitting in the chair. He's like, "Don't you know what you have to go out for?" And then she's like, holds up an image. She's like, "You gotta go to Smash," and throws it. And then it shows him like beating the shit out of everyone. And then he comes back and he's like, "What are you doing? You gotta go back." And it shows the female Byleth. And then she goes out.
Oh shit.
See, but I like it when he does misdirection, where it's like the SNK or Geese. He's like trying to grab the envelope and it doesn't go to him.
That was
it goes
perfect.
to someone else.
Or when it's like another character's getting their ass beat and then this character comes in and saves them. Yeah,
And
those are
that's
The banjo
the-
one was the best one. I
That was like
holy shit.
that Monster Hunter or not Monster Inc. Have you seen them? They're memes. The banjo one was by far the best one. That was good. My next character. Boom. He's a support character and he's already in the Nintendo world. I'm trying to think of what it because I've said in the past. I think how I would like. You know how like Mario has had the sunshine like mechanic attached to his character. I wanted Luigi to have his ghost ability, but I'm like, I don't think they'd re-release Luigi. So I'm like, what if they had Professor Egad as a character, and he would have the ghost mechanic, like the
That's cool.
kind of this within the wheelhouse of Nintendo. But if PD Piranha Plant gets it, then possible.
So I know that these two companies have had a pretty bad falling out. Blizzard and Nintendo. Overwatch. No, the event. What was the Overwatch event? Wasn't it? And like they canceled.
I feel like they canceled the live event, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was like a falling out.
I mean, they did like they pretty much didn't announce Overwatch at that point. It
Yeah.
was like literally the announcement for Overwatch, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Anyways,
Hong Kong.
I would want a Diablo character, like because you have the main characters, like you got the barbarian, you've got the wizard, the demon hunter, the monk,
Necromancer.
the necromancer, which is a newer one. I mean, that might be the most. Nah, I feel like his moveset would be really weird, but I always feel like
Summons.
if you get it down, obviously. But yeah,
And each of them
those-
would play uniquely. You know?
yeah, you have like the barbarian. I mean, he's like the most basic OG character. That'd be really cool. Oh, you got the paladin as well, but those are like newer.
The
monk,
Crusader?
paladin, the crusader. I meant, yeah. Those are all newer ones, but like someone who's been there from the beginning has always been the barbarian.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that he's really, really cool. Because he's also like the closest melee. Everyone else is like, I mean, like the wizard's gonna have like a lot of projectiles.
Yeah, Monk might be close by.
Yeah, that one would be another one. Crusader would be another one. But like other than those three, like everyone else is kind of like ranged. Like you got the demon hunter.
If Blizzard did any crossover with Smash, I would want the Blizzard cutscene animation team to make the video. Like imagine if it was an Overwatch one. I would want to be like, oh, we're doing a character reveal for Overwatch, and it's like this cinematic. You're like, oh my god! All of a sudden, like a card shows up and stuff. She's like, what? And it's like Smash reveal. What?
And then he gets dragged into like the better quality CG. So it has Nintendo doing the CG, and then all of a sudden gets thrown into the Blizzard
I think
world.
that like that's Blizzard could get some points for
What are
that.
you doing here? You gotta go back.
And then they take your freedoms away.
They drop a Hearthstone card.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blizzard would be cool. Jay.
Oh. This is like
Have you ever heard?
I was just thinking about freedom. Dude, I'm sorry.
Freedom Unite.
This is not gonna happen. Xeno?
Warrior Princess.
No. Xeno? Gears?
Xenomorph.
Xeno? Saga? Cosmos? A
Oh.
character from it? It's not gonna happen, but that's like my wish list. It's not gonna happen.
I mean, it's a wild card. I have a wild card,
Ooh.
but I think it's a game that's like old enough where they're like, we could bring it back. I don't know if you guys remember the song. It was like, understand the concept of love. Spray paint,
Song?
rollerblades, Jet Set Radio, Future.
Oh.
I can see that character being interesting, just like spray painting, riding around, like cool art style, cell
Yeah.
Spray
shaded.
paint the eyes. Ah.
I played that game. That was like one of the free games that came with my original Xbox, and I played that game so much that those songs just got stuck in my fucking head. It's like understand. It was nuts. Yeah,
That's
that
good.
was my last character.
So they've done this before where they've introduced like newer or not newer, but like a very similar. So they had the villager,
Oh yeah.
and then they released specifically in this game. What's your face? The mayor. What's her name?
Isabel.
Isabel, yeah,
Well,
Isabel.
she's not the mayor. She
Yeah,
like
the
got the
assistant.
invitation and said, yeah, the assistant.
Secretary.
So they've got Luigi, right?
Yeah.
So I want
Guiji?
not Gooey. Well, essentially, like it could be a team up with him, but like ghost hunting Luigi. The I forgot the name of the game.
Did you hear
Luigi's
my
Mansion? Yeah.
Did you hear
Professor Egad.
my suggestion?
Have you ever had a
No, I didn't.
Professor Egad?
I said I wanted Luigi to have his ghost thing, but I didn't think they'd re-release Luigi. So I would love if they did Professor Egad.
Or Ghost Luigi.
Have you ever had a dream?
That's cool. We're good. I do it for the content, guys. We're good.
My pick would be not Sora, but like the friend of Sora.
Heck yeah, dude. That's 100 IQ, dear.
Or if they did Sans. Like legit.
No, my last one would be the one I said I was going to bring back.
Titus.
Titus. It's projectiles. dude.
Okay. That's a good one. Do you have any
You
more?
guys are taking all this stuff.
My last one is a Wii U game. You probably never played. I never played it.
Beautiful Joe.
You're close. It's from the creator of Beautiful Joe. Wonderful 101.
Yeah, the 101 thing.
Wonder Red. There's rumors that it's going to get remade for the Switch, and I don't think it's going to happen. But I think Beautiful Joe has a way more better chance coming in.
Wild card guesses right now. Like most out of left
Max
field.
Payne.
Pretty much.
Astral Chain.
No, I was actually, that would have been a
that's a shame.
suggestion I had.
That's realistic.
But the reason I brought Max Payne was because he talked about Beautiful Joe, and it has slow motion in that game, I believe. Yeah, so it was like, first thing that popped in my head is Max Payne.
I'm trying to think.
I had two honorable mentions. Both of them could be likely. One was Birdo. They just do.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one was another Nintendo franchise.
He's going to be the bonus in this next set.
like a skin or something. Or yeah,
no,
the
like
bonus
the Piranha,
character,
yeah.
And the other character was a Nintendo character that came with the launch of the Switch, Arms. I said it with my first group of picks.
Yeah.
And they could do the guy-girl thing.
I know she's like a assist trophy. Midna. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's not too crazy. man.
Yeah, it's not too crazy.
Midna. No, Lionel.
Custom Robo.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird out of nowhere.
Rhythm Heaven Fever Chorus Kids. That was like rumored a long time ago.
You know how they did the Wii Fit Trainer? I would want
we still need Warrior in this game, dude.
Who?
Wario?
Wario 64.
Wa- He's
Wario?
Wario's in it. Yeah.
Isn't it? Have you ever had a dream?
Fine then,
Men in
Waluigi.
Men in Black.
He said Waluigi.
Have you ever had a dream? This sponsored by Dreams.
Sponsored by Fish Oil.
I have big dreams.
Said Dreams so bad. Oh my god.
Whoa, are you getting sick there, buddy?
Oh
I can't
man.
believe you just like all these ideas came into my.
Heck yeah, dude. They just pop in out of nowhere. I don't know how it happens, dude.
It's like you're hearing two people. I had them. I forgot.
Oh my goodness, dude.
At this point, why not Ninja? Ninja will be in the
Ninja Gaiden. It's a good one. I came up with it, but it's a good idea.
That's all I had. Minecraft character, the Minecraft kid.
Yeah, Steve.
Is that his name?
Well, yeah. What else would it be?
Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Like the Wii Fit Trainer, the Just Dance silhouette character.
What about the? Is there a Ring Fit Trainer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Ring Fit. God, yeah. That I've been playing that. That game's fucking hard.
What a move
But
they
yeah.
can do is like they use a hoop, like the Ring Fit, and they just like
They made
twirl
the
around.
bad
It
guy.
can be an upbeat,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my god.
Well,
I'm
no. The
joking.
thing
It's
is,
the same thing
you
as the Ring
squeeze the
Fit.
thing and it does an air blast. You
Yeah.
pull it, it sucks people in, and then you like push it
So
down.
curvy.
Yeah. You're like,
From the back, what are you doing, fool?
Just
Why isn't he
charging my
stopping?
lightsaber.
that could be a character. God damn it, they could. Fuck.
That's actually one I was gonna bring up, but I was like, I don't know if they have because I haven't played it, so I don't know if there was like a main
There is,
like,
but there's also a main bad guy who's really weird. He's like a giant
and
dragon.
Wii Fit or the ring trainer.
There's a story.
Oh.
And the bad guy's this big, like, large black dragon, and he like is like this buff. He's just like, "What's up? Am I not buff enough for you?"
Does he talk?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's weird. And he's
Am
just
I
like,
not buff
and then
enough for
then between times you're beating the shit out of him, he's like sweating, and he's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, what is
power
going?
poses
I'm like,
right now.
Brazzers, casting couch. Oh yeah, it's so weird. Anyway, that's my topic.
He could be like Ridley. What he used to be like, he would
Oh.
always be like a
Yeah,
background
yeah.
character. He can be the next background character. He just be like in the background of a level, just posing.
I can see that. The one last thing I was gonna say was Hyperlight Drifter
Oh.
as an indie one
It's
that you
too
mentioned.
fast.
Yeah.
You know he's in a Smash type of game?
Wait, Hyperlight
It's
Drifter?
called Brawl something?
Yeah, Brawlhalla.
Not Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
No. He's in it, Brawlhalla? No, there's another Smash type of game called Brawl something. Not Brawlhalla.
Brawl Bros, Brawlhalla.
Guacamelee guy is in it.
I'm pretty sure it's Brawlhalla.
Look it up while we move on to your topic.
I want live.
Live.
I want to see because I remember seeing something, but you might be right.
I think it's Brawlhalla because they have Adventure Time. They've
and
got a ton
and they have
of
WWE characters.
Brawlhalla does.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
Brawl Out. Brawl Out.
that's what I said.
No, I said Brawlhalla.
I said Brawl Out.
Oh, you did? No, you didn't. Have you? Like, I'm like, wait. Have I ever had it?
He did.
You know they could have Guluigi in it too.
All right, next topic is your topic.
So, topic of save scum. Save scum pretty much means reloading a save game. So to beat the game, make the game easier. What are your thoughts on it?
Illegal.
Can you define it
Bannable
real quick?
offense.
I'll give you an example. Like Slay the Spire. Like, let's say you're fighting an enemy and it doesn't turn out right, so you just quit the game and you reload the save. Or like
But not like a standard quit because you can't do that. You just like turn off the
It's like
system and
closing
restart
the
it, essentially.
program.
yeah. There's another one where
You force quit essentially.
Bloodborne, let's say you're about to go into a boss fight and you have all these like consumables to help you buff yourself up, but these consumables, they take a long time to farm. So if you die, you just reload the save. So Bloodborne's a little different because when you die, it autosaves. So what you have to do is you have to extract the save from the cloud, and then so to regain all your consumables.
I see.
So what are your thoughts on?
Saves coming.
Let me tell you two examples. So when I first started Bloodborne, there's 3 trophies, which means you got to play the game 3 different times,
Fully.
fully. You can save scum, so right before you make the 3 hardest decisions in Bloodborne, you can reload the save, do the second ending, reload the save, do the third path. So you don't have to play.
do
You
it different.
circumvent.
When I told my chat I was gonna do this, they were heavily against this. They're like, "That's fucking cheap.
Cheater.
You cannot do that." And I was like,
Cheater.
"All right, fuck you guys." So I did it the hard way. Played it 3 times and I enjoyed it. What's weird is with Bloodborne Blood Level 4 run, I've asked a lot of people who have done it and who've attempted it. They said there's nothing wrong with save scumming a Blood Level 4 run because it's so fucking hard. So the consensus is, what I'm thinking is, if a game is really difficult, it's okay to save scum. If it's not that difficult, it's a no-no. So what are your thoughts on save scum?
For me, it's more of a competitive standpoint. Like, obviously, doing a Blood Level 4 run, I think there's stages to it. There's there's a pure Blood Level 4 run where you haven't done save scumming, you haven't done cheesing methods, stuff like that. And then I would consider that like the more competitive standpoint. Like when people play it, this is what they assume. But then, once you're like, oh, it's a blood level 4 run, and I save scum, it kind of drops it down a notch. It's not like...
But my question to you about that is why?
Why?
For that, for specifically blood level 4 run. Because from what I'm understanding, from what you're telling me, is that the only thing that's circumventing is the material grinding.
Yeah. But that's part of the game. Like, it's in the game. Like, it's something that obviously the game wants you... Well, first of all, I guess the weird thing where it gets weird is, like, these are rules that players have made up, because the concept is the game developer didn't even... He's like, when people are playing it as a level 4 run, they're like, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game.
What I was trying to draw attention to was more so, it's not like a save scum to circumvent a boss fight.
Yeah, like keep doing
altogether.
Yeah. It's
more to circumvent the tedium. And to me, that's a difference maker. Like, I would look at it the same as a full run, because the part that he's cutting out is just like the boring shit.
Yeah.
And like the part that's skillful of, like, when someone says I did a blood level 4 run, is the part of the boss fights. Like, even if you were just to be like, I beat like, if it had a mode in it where it's like, just auto go to this boss, and beat him at this like level, I'd be like,
you're like, that's amazing.
That would be a accomplishment or whatever, and I would hold that the same. But I understand that some people went through, like, it's like the people that have already gone through it the harder way are like trying to be these like gatekeepers in a sense, and then they build this clause like, you didn't do a true X, Y, or Z because you didn't go through this grind. I'm like, but what did that grind? I don't know. Like, what are you holding value? It's more like, what are you holding value?
Yeah. No, but like I'm saying, like, it's the players that make these, like, it's like a tier list essentially of how it is. And with safe scumming, there's different methods. There's what you're talking about, where it's only to circumvent the grinding part of doing this, which honestly is very boring content. And I think your viewers have talked about that too. Like, I don't want to watch you have to farm these things. I just want to watch you do the boss fights. But then there's save scumming in a sense of, like, another game that he plays, in which he's resetting the battle to continue that. But the thing is, that's not... I mean, there is a competitive
The Fire Emblem does the same thing, where it's like, if you're playing a hardcore permadeath mode and you don't want to lose anyone, even though the game, you've picked the mode that doesn't allow you, just save scum and restart that fight to, like, be like, ah, shit, I fucked up.
I don't know. The weird thing is, like, normally, like, these things happen when you're playing, like, a much harder version of the standard game. You know, like, when he's doing it like on an ascension level run of Slay the Spire. You mentioned it, but you brought up, like, on your own, that it's usually on the hardcore levels areas of Three Houses.
Yeah, but no, not even hard. Yes and no. Like,
it happens more often.
I could see it with the permadeath mode, people just circumventing it by that. But if I've played, like, a game where it's choice based, I don't know if this is safe scumming or not, but it's like, I would play one, like, I just want to see where this path takes me if I play it, and then I'll reset that encounter and, like, just go to, like, so I can make the choice again and go with that. Like,
I think so. Doing it to enjoy a game, I think it's fine. But when obviously you're doing something competitive, something that, like, puts you in, like, a certain thing, that's where it gets a little iffy for me. Sure. But personally, with specifically, like, with Dark Souls, or not Dark Souls, the Bloodborne, that safe scumming with just to keep the materials that he's already collected, I think that's perfectly fine. Because that doesn't really do much. Like, it's, again, like you're saying, the effort is put into fighting the actual bosses.
What is there any other arguments for, like, or against?
See speedrunners do save scumming.
Well, then but the thing is, they like just they're categories. Like different categories. Yeah, they're like, this is any percent. Whatever.
And that's usually a safe scum version of that.
Yeah, and then there's, like, legit run, like full breakthrough, so on and so forth. And I don't know. Outside of that, I can't think of anything that, like, why.
What about trophies like the Bloodborne? Play 3 different separate.
That's a personal thing. And I'm like, it's like.
I'm just like, I don't have time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Nier Automata, I bought the trophies for all those side quests. I'm like, it legitimately makes it available in the game. I don't care. Yeah. I'm not, like, cheating. Like, I'm not hacking this game. I'm just like using a loophole. I think a similar argument has been made about cheesing certain things. Like for instance, Destiny. One of the raids in the first game, Destiny 1, there's a way to two-man certain encounters by... There's like a mechanic they required like several people to be like on certain points on a bridge, and then it would create the other side of the bridge. Then you need people on that side of the bridge,
Yeah.
and then you need someone to go across. The way you circumvent that is like you need to trick the game into thinking there's only one player, and the way you do that is the second player gets to a certain elevation
Where it
they
doesn't
like
count
they're outside the map.
Yeah.
So then when the other player does something, they like auto load the checkpoint to the next side
Then
or
they
something.
can die and they respawn.
And then
with them.
and then you can finish the bridge with just... I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say you... Like, it's again like the speedrun thing where it's like, you did it, but you did it like the cheap way.
Well, the problem is you can't...
Like, you tricked... It's like a trick.
You're tricking in the game, but the problem is, at least with the two-man, you can't complete that raid that way.
Yeah, you can.
Doing it still legitimately?
No, not legitimately, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying... If your goal is to two-man it, that's one thing. But to do the raid as a whole,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm just doing it this cheese way because later it lets you skip certain other things or to cheese other aspects of
Right.
it. It's like you're doing it, but you're doing it with like an asterisk. And if you care or not, that's up to you. Or if you're trying to boast something,
Yeah.
I think that's just more on like whether you're boasting or whether you care about certain things.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I had a top. Fuck.
Was it
I rambled
Inspired?
too long.
No, it was about.
Monster Hunter.
No. It's about cheesing.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So here's my thing about glitches, exploits, cheesing. If a game is fucking cheap, cheese away. Bloodborne, Blood Level 4 is cheap. DLC
Gaiden.
bosses, Ninja Gaiden is cheap. Use every exploit possible if it's fucking cheap.
What about-
if it doesn't feel cheap?
What about like hardcore? The two runs that I did that were 6 hours long. Why can't I remember the
Uncharted.
names? Uncharted.
There are only certain. The never-ending death loops is cheap, but there's no way to exploit that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's no way to exploit.
What if like the game gets ported to PC and there's a way to like just instantly load into that, like, because you know that it does a load screen into the next stage where you're immediately getting shot at and you die, so it's like an infinite loop. But what if like you can code the game once it's on PC to just like already have that stage loaded, so when you walk through, it's just a simple walk through and you can just hide immediately.
I would still do it because it's not like a. You're gonna get through it eventually.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
It's not. It's
an
not
hour.
like a. It's not like a cheap
Yeah.
thing. Or
Like one thing I did that's like an exploit was in Doom to get the platinum, you had to like beat the one level, the first level on like ungodly hard.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, the way I did it wasn't legit. I tricked the game into thinking I was in between the map, and I just walked across to the end of the map and then entered the door.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an exploit. I don't know.
I mean, I've essentially
don't
cheesed
care.
on Destiny. we did the Infinite Wish or the Wish raid, and we kind of just went through like certain areas just to do.
But that's the thing that they allow in the game. It's like they have a door that lets you like go to shortcuts.
right. But like we cheesed in the sense of we knew what the codes were by
No.
getting it online. I think that's
That's
a
not
cheese
che-
method.
that's
I
not
think it's a
cheese.
cheese because we didn't get the answers to that door.
There's no way to get
legitimately.
the answers. There's no legitimate there's no way in the game that they
Then
showed
how
it.
did people get the answers then?
Data mine?
Sons of bitches. Those sons
We
of
didn't get it
bitches.
from
so
day
you
one.
cheated.
Yeah, I mean, I would still say like what we did was cheesing, but on top of that, well, because what I did was I did a teleport to a specific area of the map, not even to do what we were doing. We were doing like the breaking the crystal stuff, but
Yeah.
before that, I had gone on my own. I did exactly like doing a code, spawning me on a certain map. I have to go to like this certain bridge part, go under the bridge, and there's like a loot box there.
That's normal.
I still think it's cheesing.
The part that's cheesing about that raid is when you're in the final boss, there's a way to like make the game think you've died, and it'll auto spawn you in a certain part of the boss encounter, and all you'd have to do is go to a certain wall in a certain room and just run at it, and it's like, oh, you've left the area, and it's like you haven't left the area, you're just running into a wall, and for some reason it glitches it.
It's a little like corner area. That's
no, it's just like a crevice, just like angled lightly.
The crevice is like outside the map apparently, and it counts you out.
There's hallways behind it. I don't know why it makes it think that, but like people are like, follow me, and I'm like, okay, and there's like 6 of us running into a wall. All of a sudden, all 6 of us respawn, but we're in the boss room.
Oh, okay.
So we avoided a whole like obstacle.
Oh, that's funny.
And that's like that's your like cheesing it. But
How do you even like?
how do you find these shit out? I don't fucking know.
That's so insane, dude.
There's someone that did it. There's fucking
The pioneers. But I mean, yeah, unless you're doing like dick measuring stuff of like the status of elite, like what you were saying, like I achieved these accolades. I think other than that, who gives a like I don't. Well,
I mean,
and even then, what is the comparisons?
everyone that does a blood level 4 run supposedly save scums the mats. So I'm like, oh, fine, fuck it. So are you gonna save scum?
So, I personally I won't. I mean, but I don't have anything against it. Obviously, like once I do the run, we'll find out. Like if I'm over here, like 155 days into
to fucking farm.
If I'm in 155 days into trying to beat Ludwig, of course, I might eventually.
Months. Ludwig.
Then maybe eventually, but I can't say for now. But my question was, what was the difference? So like, were you
damage
when you weren't
damage?
How?
Beast blood pellets. I'm not
because you weren't afraid to use. You were afraid to waste them the first time, but now that you're save scumming, you know that if you messed up and you've lost them all, you're resetting that saves file again. So you were just able to just use everything without worry.
Because without that shit, I was doing nothing. It was hitting him with a feather.
But did you already have them, or did you farm it and then started save
I farmed
scumming?
it, saved it, and then did it.
And when you were doing it before, you had already ran out, and you weren't even farming them. You weren't okay.
And just because you have beast blood pellets doesn't mean. So beast blood pellets, what it does is increases your damage. You take
Increased
more
damage as well. Yeah.
So it's a no hit run.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like.
I know. Another thing in Destiny, there's like glitches all the time, and I use those to like get certain triumphs. I'm like, oh, this week, for some reason, if I shoot like Taken with arrows, I get like triple the count on kills, and so I'm like, fuck it, the game's glitched, farm this shit, because I just want those
Taking
triumphs.
advantage. Yeah.
Because it's like they want you to do like 1,000 kills or some ungodly. I'm like, I don't fucking got time for that. Like,
Exactly.
I just
Ain't nobody got time.
I just
We don't
want to
have
enjoy
time.
this game. Like I'm sticking around
See,
to
but
go through so many loops.
I think
to
with you,
enjoy
you're
it.
playing the game by yourself. You're enjoying the game on your own. But like with the at
I'm
least
playing
with,
by myself. Blood.
I know, but you're streaming as well. Like it's more content. So I see it as like the longer you're taking, it's more content that you're streaming because there's no like.
Yeah, but if it's monotonous content, like you had said,
Yeah.
you're like it's boring. Like no one wants
Yeah.
to watch. So
Farming is
it's
boring.
like a give it. It depends on what it is. I
Yeah.
think that's the difference maker. It's like if you're skipping boss fights, no one wants to watch you. So why are you doing that? But
Still
if you're
beating the game.
skipping, like if I was playing Monster Hunter and I'm like instead of fighting.
Just doing herb missions.
Yeah, I'm just like egg. I mean, I could find a way to make it fun, but I would lose my mind after
Right,
like
right.
4 3 rounds. I don't know. So it's a mixed bag.
7 days. I would have beaten him on my second day if I saved scum. Fucking A.
Poetry in motion.
I'll never forget how to fight first phase. That shit is so ingrained in my mind. I
love the title. So when he was doing it, did you watch any
I
of
don't
his?
think I mean, I would, but like once I got into Escape from Tarkov,
God,
everything else has
Fair.
been that.
fair. There were like runs where you would get so close on the run, and you got to the second phase. You're all right, guys. I need to take a second. And then he just go, whoof,
dead.
fuck. And then the next run, you'd seem tilted. So then like you're in the first encounter, and he just like swipes you like 3 times. You're like, God damn it! And then you come. It's like this ebb and flow.
The
I was
box
like-
isn't giving you a 1 second, dude.
I was like, this is so fun.
So you retweeted something.
Oh, the box hit?
The hitbox is not right.
Yeah,
It
that
doesn't
can happen.
feel- it doesn't feel right.
One of the From Software developers said that a different boss,
Abridus, the one
Abridus.
that I was first stuck on.
they erred where when they swing, part of the model captures the
His
tail.
wing
or the wing, and you see the model by itself. The wing just like does this ridiculous thing that like the arm isn't doing, but the wing is just
And that
going
counts
across
as a
the
hit.
and it's like that's hitting you.
And
And he's like,
level 4?
and then they said like some of our other what you said or they said.
Oh, I said Ludwig is like that too.
So what do you like? They fuck up.
And that costs
And they can't
you because
fight back.
that's a one
They
hit.
can't patch it. They don't patch the game.
That's a
anymore?
one-hit kill. Like that tentacle swing is a one-hit kill. So that wing is a one-hit kill. And I've noticed it when I was fighting Ibridus. I'm like, why did I get hit? And with Ludwig, certain attacks don't make sense. Like certain attacks, his hooves will hit you. Certain attacks, the hooves won't hit you, but his claw will. Certain attacks, the claws don't hit you, but the hoof. It's like, dude, it's the same problem with.
It's like
Ludwig.
Plesiothin in the hitbox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you have to just learn. You learn like what'll hit you and what not.
That hip check.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's like fuck.
Anyway, your topic
Yeah, my topic. So
has been delayed. Okay, we'll see you guys next. No,
an hour. Fuck. Taking it real far now.
no, I'm kidding. Oh, look at you.
Oh wow, did I really?
You did.
Well, I did. There it is. Okay, so my topic is on the most recent delays that we've had announced, and there's actually been quite a few.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just name them out real quick here.
Name them out.
What was the
So-
first one?
Last of
Animal
Us.
Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing. I don't know them in order, but I'm just gonna name them. So you have Last of Us Part 2 got delayed. It is now May 29. Yeah, now set for May 29. We had Final Fantasy the remake got pushed back. It is now April 10th.
It went from March,
March to April 10th. Yeah, does it tell me here?
which is closer to Animal Crossing.
Yeah, well, so
It got
March
away
3rd.
from like cyber.
So you know what? It was stacked. Now it just went. All the games went.
You're like
Yeah, originally they were all kind of set for
March
April.
and April.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
but
like-
this was originally March 3rd. It got moved to April 10th.
okay.
We had Animal Crossing was originally September. Now it's
Of last year.
Last year. Now it's March 20th.
For now, that one. I think if that one happens, people will be like,
a double delay. That would suck.
Watch Dogs was originally March.
Sakurai's like,
Watch Dogs Legion
oh yeah.
was originally March, and now it's set back after April sometime. Still no exact date. We had Quarantine. This one I didn't really pay
Wow, I don't
attention
even
to,
know
but
that
it's
one.
still also after April, and originally, I don't know if it even had one. It says that the official date was never really, but it says that don't expect any sooner than April 1st.
Okay.
And then also Doom Eternal.
Doom. Yeah, that was one of the earlier ones.
Yeah,
There
so
was
that
also the Marvel
Yeah.
game,
Oh yeah. Let me go back up there.
the Avengers game. Square
Avengers,
Enix.
yeah, it
I don't
was,
know anyone who's really excited for this game.
It was supposed to be May 15th. Now it's September
Yeah.
of this year.
And then Cyberpunk
And then the biggest, most recent one is Cyberpunk got pushed back.
to
Correct?
September.
Yeah, to September. So now we have time to play Final Fantasy VII, I guess. The remake.
And-
We all got
Animal
time.
Crossing.
Or Slay the Spire. or finish
But like
our blood level.
so we've had issues where like the game there's been like a big talk about crunch time, about unions because workers aren't being treated good ways. Do you guys have any newer opinions or anything new on all these delays? Do you think this is the year of the delay? What's your guys' opinions or thoughts on this on all this delay galore? Anything? Someone? Anyone?
I think.
Well, you're
I mean-
wrong.
Oh yes.
All right, delayed topic. No, sorry.
No. I mean, it all depends on the studios. I know some have been more public about their conversations of healthy work-life balance.
Yeah.
I think CD Projekt Red has stated openly that they're advocating for like being a better work environment, and that they're trying to like make sure they don't push anyone.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I hear like we gotta work longer, it's not to like relax. It's always to like continue to work at this pace, but for a longer period of
Yeah.
time. And so there's always just a concern of like art, like even if it's not like mandated by the company. A lot of the times with these crunches that you hear about, it's passionate people at these companies. These are like the top,
Yeah.
like Last of Naughty Dog. the CD Projekt Reds, the Rocksteadies. While there are many that I feel like are being like pressured into it, I think there are some that are like, this is like I want to see this come to fruition. This is my artwork. This is my masterpiece. This is like, the world isn't ready for this, and it's unhealthy because it happens like to everyone. It's like you dive into your work and you have this, and then you throw everything off balance. I think some of that could still happen, even if the company's like, we don't want anyone overworking themselves.
Right.
So that's one aspect of it. I mean, in terms of me as a consumer, that is more of like my concern for developers.
Yeah.
Me as a consumer, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather a game, like I think Miyamoto said it, or someone at Nintendo said it, it's like, I'd rather a game late can still be a great game. A game with bugs and shit is forever tarnished.
A buggy game. Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something to that effect. And I 100% agree. It's like, if these games come out and everyone's just like, Bug City, save files corrupted, all this shit, no one, like, the pace our culture works at now is so like quick that the attention span will just jump to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, they'll lose that window, and all these hours of investment of resources for these huge games will have been wasted. Metacritic scores will drop, pays will drop. No, I mean, a lot of companies have their bonuses and stuff based on Metacritic scores and stuff, and so
unions. No, but I think one of the root issues is within the game industry is they're obligated to announce a date, like it's something that like,
well, yeah, it's sort of like a mixed bag, because it's like, if you never have a deadline, you're forever like perfectionist,
right?
And, but like you need a deadline.
I don't know why it has to be public. Why can't it be an internal deadline? And then if it needs to be pushed back, obviously push it back. But like, or either that, but like excited. In society wise, like we've made it like a negative thing for like for there to be like an extension or for there to be a delay. Like,
so okay, let me ask you both this: do you feel like the reception to at least one of these games being delayed,
Cyberpunk,
has been negative?
No, it hasn't. But when we think about it in the past,
what do you think?
I think Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
the first half
had negative.
When the first one, it was more like negative in the sense of like sadness, or negative in the sense of like anger.
Both.
Okay.
But with Cyberpunk, I was like looking, like it's like the top two things on my Reddit thing is like, one of them is, Cyberpunk has been delayed. One of them is like Red Project delayed a project, which is Cyberpunk. And I look at it and they're like, dude, as long as the game is good, like make it, don't take as long as you want. If obviously once that happens and it plays retrospectively, they're going to be like, this game was stupid in the first place, but we don't know that until that. But like the comments are super supportive, and it's just like, as long as you make the game good, take as long as you need. As long as the game's good, take as long as you need.
I feel like, yeah, I mean that's a good step, but even if the game is not good, I don't want them to like just ship a shitty game, like a bugs like fucked up game, and bust their balls out for that. Like whatever they're happy shipping, send it out. Yeah, like you said, like whatever date you pick. Like I don't care.
Yeah,
there's a bajillion games fucking out there. So,
but I'm not playing them. So
I have an unpopular opinion.
Go for it.
I feel like very unprofessional and poor planning on game They've been in. If you're making games, you kind of know how long a game will take. It's going to take a couple of years. Like, the way I feel is, don't put a specific date. Like, please, like that annoys me when you put a specific date and you don't meet that date.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you put a year and it gets delayed, I'm okay with that. Let's say it's 2020 and we got to do 2021. But if you say, okay, we're going to make this
21st
date, August 1st.
That's crazy.
2020, and you don't make it, I'm just like, oh.
Because my thought is like, so if you say 2020... That's a whole year within that time. Like, you're guesstimating. If you can't guesstimate within a year...
Well, I mean, like, when they did with No More Heroes, like, Q1 2020. I think that's reasonable.
Right.
Because then what I would love... I'm loving more studios are doing, like, sort of what you're saying, but in the vein of, like, by the way, it's out, it's ready, or it's 3 weeks from now. We're telling you about it, but, like, secrecy is hard.
Yeah.
But... even if they're working on something and you're like, I don't know when it's coming out, but then when they finally come out and say something, it's literally like 2 weeks before it's coming out. So it's at those final stages. I agree. I think even outside of games, I think a lot of companies, I'm speaking from a company that like is in the production business, and I see a lot of it, and I've seen it in other industries. a lot of people are pushing, like, can you just guesstimate a date? And then that date is like, why did you make me wait? Well, like we picked that date as a guess, but now we're working to that date as if it's fact. And now everything we're doing is not like, everything else is evolving. And yeah, you run into things like all the time, like with whatever project you're working on that's like unforeseen circumstances, or a lot of these game projects, like reading Jason Schreier's Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. He talks about like how game studios are like, you don't see the final cohesive product until the last month.
Yeah.
So like things that were working isolated and separate,
I haven't seen.
all of a sudden, like when they're mixed in with everything else, you have all these things you have to like Q&A and bug and filter, and you don't know what those are going to look like until then. So
Also, like, I read the Naughty Dog part. And it's like, their culture has to change. Don't make a crunch culture. They need to make it spread out. Like, but that's their fucking culture, and that's why it creates
like
the delay.
what's funny is like, at least when I think of myself and like school, I was the same way. You know, like I wouldn't do work until like the last day of, or like the morning of. You know, like,
well,
and first, I don't know why. It's just like kind of how I was in.
I think it's a different crunch.
Yeah.
At least what I'm thinking of, when I think of Naughty Dog, I think they are working at this like large, like it's
the scale.
The scale is so crazy, but because they've set a date, even though they've been working hard. Like, I'm not saying they're slacking or anything, but they've been working hard. They get close to the date, that increases the pressure. Like, and it's like, why have that pressure?
Yeah.
I think it ends up being about like fiscal years and marketing, having to like promote and having to like fuel this engine. And I think, I mean, PlayStation, from what it seems, a lot of their studios, they'll be like last year and the year before, Horizon delayed, God of War delayed, and then like this last year, Days Gone, and like three.
It's raining.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. I can hear it on top.
Oh shit! I see it. Oh fuck!
It's been raining though.
We're sheltered.
We're sheltered for now, but we should maybe just hurry this.
Yeah,
up. That's funny.
Fuck.
It's been raining.
I felt it earlier. I was like, what is that little like? Yeah. So it's just like culture that.
Yeah,
it's a mindset.
Real quick, because he brought up like if you can't do the year, I think that quarter thing is much better. Like, you know, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. That's a really good like just enough strength like time.
I think Nintendo's been doing it pretty well for the most part, minus like a few games, because it's like they'll say coming soon. And then they'll be like, hey, we're doing a Nintendo Direct. A bunch of things are going to be announced in this one. And they'll either release games and they're like very soon. It's like next month or next week or now or something. I think that's perfect because I don't care. Like the hype is always a thing. People get excited. They want to see promotions. They want to see all these tidbits. But the more, like, there's just so much of all this now that I can be like notified of a game a month or a week or something ahead. I think the only time I care is when it's holiday season or something. Yeah. And I want to like get ready for like a console or for, I don't know, sales or whatever. I don't know. But yeah.
Does it change your buying habits now? Like, which ones are going to pick up? I'm still going to only pick up Resident Evil. That's pretty much. I
think I don't really jump on long-term purchases as much. Like, if something is being told that it's coming like 8 months, I'm like, when it gets to 2 weeks, I'll think about it, or 3 weeks.
I think if I'm on the fence of a game, like a delay does like, I'm not gonna get it anymore. But other things like games I want are fine
until someone streams it.
Until you drip it. God damn!
Until someone streams it.
Yeah, and then you buy Dark Souls Remastered. So every time I fucking bring up Warmth or Heat as a sponsor, the heater gets shut off. This time it's like, you can't shut off the heater. They're like, fuck you.
Brought to you by Rain.
We dripping boys.
Next time we'll be brought to you by Rain.
Wet Bandits.
With a bunch of electrical equipment.
We should just cut it then.
Well, I mean, I feel like we shared our thoughts.
We're good.
So. Where can people find you guys?
They can find me at the Fulio365 on Instagram and in the Fulio everywhere else.
Where can they find you?
At the Lost Bosses everywhere.
Find me at Kujar Prime. You can find us all at the Weekly DLC, dripping wet, in the rain, under these umbrellas. Thank God for umbrellas. Brought to you by Umbrellas. New sponsor. Fuck rain. And until next time, we'll
DLC
you later.